Hi YouTube, Mr. Livery here. We're in Essendon, outside the shopping centre. And today, we're going to be going to Mount Hotham, which currently looks like that in the real world. So, assuming that we're probably going to have some issues trying to get into Mount Hotham. And we have decided to fly this IFR, obviously. We've also got a likelihood of going down to Cooma, which is also in the snow mountains, where the weather is 12,000 feet, ceilings and 10-kilometre visibility. But we're going to shoot an approach at least in Mount Hotham, see how that goes. Probably not going to go very well, given that it looks like that in the webcam. Anyway, Essendon is the closest airport to my house. The turn from base to finals happens pretty much directly overhead, give or take couple of kilometres, and yeah, this is a relatively local shopping centre to me. So let's go down to the shopping centre by foot. Yes, I have parked in this car park. Yes, I have gone to the shopping centre. Subway and Nando's over there. Coles over there with Liquorland. Just strolling along. Just going to get ourselves under cover here. And yeah, we're making our way over to our Beechcraft Bonanza. It's a 35 VTOL. It's India Lima Tango is the call sign. Now, India Lima Tango is an aeroplane that's been here since about the 70s, flown over from America, fairly new aeroplane, and it currently belongs to someone who houses it somewhere in Melbourne. I think it's Moorabbin. But we're going to take it out from Essendon today, head up to the snowy mountains, and yeah, thus begins our something like a almost weekly tour of Australia. Every week I'll be flying possibly a continuous journey. At some point we'll loop around and come back to Essendon. Cool, so here's Essendon Airport Terminal. This used to be the main terminal at Melbourne Airport before Melbourne Airport Tullamarine was built. So up until about the 60s, no, 1970 was when Tullamarine was built. So yeah, up till 69, 1970, this was Melbourne Airport. Alrighty, so we're going to go outside through this gate here. For security, you'd have a PIN number that you'd have memorized. Stick it into the gate here. I think it's a 6-digit number. Please close the gate. Gate is closed. Now on the other side of the gate facility there's the 6-digit PIN number that you can read going out, but you can't see it from the other direction. Anyway, that's how you do it. Still walking out to our aeroplane. I think we'll grab the next gun. There's someone's preparing a Cessna up there. That looks like an RG. It's an RG. There's Essendon Tower. And here we are at the aeroplane. India Lima Tango. Now the first thing to do here is jump in the aeroplane. I've just had Melbourne Tower say hi. Let's get on in. That's the loudest message ever. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is just jump over into this space over here. And we're going to have to turn on the batteries just to get our flaps down. So the flaps on this aeroplane are quite interesting. You've got a switch here that goes down or up. That is definitely the loudest bing bong I've ever heard. I have to do something about that. I know what to do about that. Cool. Anyway, if that button is on the down, the flaps will be moving down. If it's neutral and it springs back to neutral, the flaps won't be moving. If you move the button up, the flaps will move up. There's no detents as such. It's just move it down, move it up, or leave it where it is. So for now, we're just going to have to push those flaps down, turn the battery on. Battery goes on, flaps come down. There we go, battery's off. And let's do a walk around in the rain. Just gonna grab this. Cool. Alrighty, flaps look solid. Ailerons. Fuel. Now these are just the outboard tanks. They're actually empty right now. Won't need anything in them. Plane will fly fine for about 3 hours, 3.5 hours, just on the wing tanks, which are full. Chocks are off. There we go. Wing tanks are nice and full. Nose wheel looks fine. Prop looks okay. Oil. Yeah, the oil looks fine. 8 quarts. There's a fuel drain point. No water in that. Nice full tank. Chocks are off. Tie down is off. And of course the good old pilot cover is off. Stall warning system is clear. Left wing tank looks good. And that's empty. Ailerons look fine to me. Flaps are nice and solid, well unattached. There's the pitot static port at the back there. In the aeroplane V35B. India Lima Tango. Tail tie down is off. Just taking a look in here. Trim tabs are looking fine and all of that stuff's moving nicely. Look at that. Other thing to look at is from the rudder pedals. When you put the rudder in, it'll do this. That's left and right rudder for you. And even with the yoke, get a bit of left and right from the yoke as well. Okay, the back is fine, and we're back inside. Let's close that door because it's nice and wet out there. It'd be nice if we were dry. Closed and locked. Alright then, let's have a look at our little checklist thing. Pre-flight's complete. Passengers a brief. Alrighty. So I've got a Beechcraft Bonanza. It's a 4-seat aeroplane. Left seat is the pilot seat. We do have controls for both sides. However, the aircraft is pretty well set up for a left-hand pilot. So, pilot in the left-hand seat rather than the other. It is a pitch. So that's the propeller pitch there that I'm moving up and down. Got rudder pedals on the floor. Passengers not to be touching that, because it will affect the way the aeroplane flies. If we do have any reason to leave the aeroplane in a hurry, we have one door. It is next to the right-hand passenger in the front. To open the door, you'll find a latch right next to the main yoke, right there. There's a button in the front on the top of the panel, and then you pull it towards you. As you press the button, then you'll be able to rotate the handle. Rotate the handle all the way up, so it is flush with the window, and then you push out. And I am currently on vatsim. Once you do leave the aeroplane, you'll be standing on the wing. Okay, to exit the aeroplane, you'll step onto the wing and towards the rear of the aeroplane, and we'll meet each other at that wonderful VTOL. Do not for any reason go forward of the wing. There's a propeller there and it will kill you if you touch it. Basically, treat the propeller as always potentially live. It is a large blade. It spins very, very fast. When it's spinning at operation power, you will not be able to see it. Alrighty, so we're flying up to Mount Hotham today. According to the webcam, the visibility up there is very bad, so it's quite possible that we'll end up doing an approach into Mount Hotham and then continuing on to Cooma, where I'll be hiring a car, spending the night in a motel, and then heading off for ski fields tomorrow. Assuming that is the case, there are a few moments where we'll be coming close to the ground, and I'll need full concentration. So there is an avionics bar there that I'll be turning off the headset to any other passengers, so it'll just be me and air traffic control. I think that's the major thing. Make sure that you have your seatbelts fastened. The front seat has a lap slash. Chuck that in, there's 2 of them. Lights are above you. And let's get going. Okay, checklist. Seatbelt and shoulder harnesses are on. Flaps coming up once we have the brake things on. Radios are off. And this should be off too. Yep. Circuit breakers are in. Electrical switches are off. Autopilot is off. Rotating beacon, we'll leave it off for the moment because there's no battery anyway. Fuel selectors, that needs to be set to a tank. It is. And the landing gear switch is down. Okay, engine start. Prop goes full, and it is. Mixture fully rich. Throttle all the way up. And crack to about a quarter. Battery and alternator. There we go. Fuel pump. Just need to look at the fuel flow. Fuel pump on till it's in the green. Sorted. Clear prop. Clear prop. What the heck? Never seen it do that before. There we go. (1000 RPM). All pressure. Pressure's in the green. Emitter. Emitter amps showing just positive. Mixture lean. Very lean indeed. Everything else can go on. And cowl flaps open. Let's have a listen to the ATIS 1180.
TOS system test okay. TOS system test okay.
Five. On first contact with Melbourne Tower, notified received Quebec. Melbourne Terminal Information, Quebec. Expect RNAV or visual approach runway 34. Surface conditions wet. Winds 360 degrees 16 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or greater. Showers in area. Clouds. Dew 2,800. Broken 5,000. Temperature 12. QNH 1025. On first contact with Melbourne Tower, notified received Quebec.
Info Quebec. QNH 1025. Alrighty, let's have a look at our flight plan. It is as follows. So from out of Essendon we track ML. Out of Melbourne we track along on airway H129. To Docel, that's correct. From Docel, another airway W569. That goes to Bogies. And out of Bogies, Z47 down Hotham. Mount Hotham selected as the airfield, and then if we need it, I think we'll do Snowy direct to SNOWY. And W667 down to Kuma. Is it Kuma or Urbob? It is Kuma. Cool. With that all sorted, let's go over the map. Hi there, Torrent. How you doing? Good stuff. We go 120.5.
QNH 102 base. On first contact with Melbourne Tower, notify that received Quebec. Continue tracking out to the left. Got the velocity aircraft.
Got nothing in the tip tanks, so we don't need to touch those. We will get the flaps up.
One of 1017 heavy. You got the velocity aircraft A320 passing 6,500 on the stand. He's about 6 miles ahead of you at your 12 o'clock.
Done.
Copy Melbourne Tower. We have the aircraft traffic ahead of us. I'll just make a short right-hand turn and we'll just stay clear. Thanks.
Just a moment, turn that off. Essendon, E for Essendon. Okay, we're currently sitting up near the tower. The wind, what was that doing again?
One at 0 kilometres of radar. Showers in area. Clouds. Dew. 2,800. Broken. 5,000. Temperature 1-2. QNH 1025. On first contact with Melbourne Tower, notify that received Quebec. Melbourne Terminal Information, Quebec. Expect RNAV or visual approach runway 34. Surface conditions wet. Winds 360 degrees, 16 knots.
360 at 16, so runway 35. To get there, we'll taxi via Papa, crossing 27 onto Kilo and use the full length 1,500 metres. Melbourne has priority over Essendon. runway 35. Takeoffs. Yep, 35 takeoffs are fine. Yep, when runway 34 is on arrivals, can't use runway 27. That's cool. So 1300 to 1200, which I think is not far from now. Not too far off. Still in the future though, so it doesn't matter. Cool. Preferred flight paths between the hours of aircraft inbound from south. Departing aircraft. Departing all runways shall remain at runway track. VFR will follow the initial SID, radar, track IFR until reaching 15 prior to commencing a turn. So straight ahead to 1000 feet, 1500 feet, runway track. That's easy. Cool. Taxi, radio's on. Transponder set ALT. I'll just set it on for the moment. Flight ID's wrong. It's ILT. Hi there, Nick. How you doing? I'll go to 1205. Cool. I'll attempt to set heading indicator. We'll set it up to 350 on the runway heading. I do expect that we'll take a direct to Docil at some point.
Plus 49 heavy, holding short on kilo, runway 34 and is ready.
Sure, I'll do that. Done.
Qantas 49er behind the landing.
As has been checked, park and brake,
7378.
and we need to check the
Line
brakes
up
and set
on
the lights before we move.
Kilo,
Okay, the
Wait.
beacon is on,
9.
navs are on, taxi's on. We will need pit on
Line up
heat
away
and
behind
I'll
arriving
do that,
aircraft runway 34, Qantas 1 heavy.
and a filed a cruise altitude of 9,000. That's sorted. Just double check a thing here. Seven five. Seven six four one. Where's that snowy? There it is. 87. Yep. 9,000 feet gets us there. Let's roll.
No, we're going to go velocity 232.
Velocity 232, Melbourne Tower, continue approach, runway 34.
Continue approach velocity 232.
Qantas 1051, welcome Melbourne, continue along taxiway Echo, right on the part of Qantas 8.
Qantas 1031 vacated Echo for Bay Charlie 3.
Qantas 14 without delay, runway 34, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, Qantas 49 heavy.
Melbourne Tower and Essendon traffic. India Lima Tango, a Beechcraft Bonanza taxis runway 35 Essendon IFR to Mount Hotham. There, next about a 1 hour flight once we get airborne.
India Lima Tango.
brakes are released.
Velocity 232, wind 010, 16 knots, runway 34, with clear to land.
Runway 34, clear to land, velocity 232.
Yeah, it sucks it's raining, but hey, we can fly IFR. It's not a problem. We've got a very nice GTN 750 over there. Just need to worry about the icing. We do have a prop de-icer. We've got some liquid on the wings, but it's not really a fight into known icing conditions kind of aeroplane. So if we get icing conditions, we may need to make a quick diversion back to Albury and land there.
On a 49er heavy, Melbourne Tower, continue climbing.
I'll keep the bottom on
continue tracking
on the
flight
nearest three
to
airports,
flight level
just in
33
case the
at
worst
0.
should happen.
Control services are terminated. Frequency change approved unit call.
Essendon Airport scenery is the Orbx Scenery, so you just buy that off Orbx. Andrew Letavev saying that this is one of the best GA aircrafts after the 172. I also enjoy the Piper Cherokee. That's also one of my favourites, but yeah, this one's a bit quicker than the other two. A Cessna or Piper Archer Cherokee is going to be sitting at about 110 knots, and this one's going to be sitting at about 150, 155. So yeah, that extra, that 40 knots of airspeed is quite something. Righty, we're just going to sit here for a bit and do some engine run-ups.
Velocity 232, Melbourne Tower, welcome to Melbourne. Continue taxiing along Echo, right on Alpha with the velocity bay.
Parking brake set.
Thanks very much.
Mr.
Taxi Echo, and then right on Alpha with Echo 9, velocity 232.
And we're going to come up on these. Okay, brakes holding. Fuel quantity. Let's double check that. Okay, we're obviously not on the left side, we're coming up for the right side, I think it was. Left main now. Gonna switch over to the right. Yeah. Let's go to off. Mixture is set. Throttle 17. 17. There we are. Engine instruments. That's green, that's green, that's in the middle, and that's green. Mags check. There's the right. Good, only 50, maybe 70. Onto the left. Nice and smooth. Yep, happy with both of those. And we'll do a prop cycle on the RPM. Yep, that's come off pretty well. Milk Run Mondays tomorrow, about this time of day. We did PMDG 737 last week. Not sure what we'll be doing this week, but that's the first request for a 737 second to go. Maybe we could do that. Go back to Sydney. Back to idle. Back to 100,000 RPM, sorry. Leave it there for a bit. Controls. Controls free and correct. Fuel selector to the required tank. Fuel pump goes on for the takeoff. Mixture fully rich. Prop fully in. Engine gauges checked. We're all good. Flaps set. Set 10 for takeoff. Trim tab set in the green, and it is.
All stations, Milk and Tower will be away for 5 minutes.
Cowl flaps fully open. They are. Doors and windows secure. They are. And we're all good for the takeoff. At the moment I'm just streaming on YouTube. I'll get into Twitch when I finally understand it and make sure I've got my stuff ready to go. But YouTube's easy because I know how to do that. I have a presence here, I feel.
Do you read Melbourne Tower, just 06? Over.
Caliber lights are on, defrost is in. Gonna go for the prop.
Melbourne Tower, just 06 with you, do you read?
Melbourne Tower's just stepped away. Anyhow, this is India Lima Tango at Essendon, runway 35, runway heading on takeoff, and then docile. We are on the runway. Here we go. We're rotating. Gear.
Melbourne Tower, just 06, do you read?
RPM set. I'm going to wait until the add-ons are available because I don't want to fly default sims. That sounds boring. So I'll probably stick to P3D until there's something to fly that's decent. Probably flying over my house. Actually, there's a Western Freeway. Yep, got it. So my house is just under the cow there. Just under. Pretty much on top of my house. Flight director up. And a nav.
Open tag A Qantas 10 established some of the unknown runway 34.
You're streaming. Where am I streaming the stream? Well, you're watching it now. That's why you're commenting on the stream. Altitude is armed. And autopilot is in. Going to down that climb a bit. It's a bit steep for me. Flaps coming up.
Qantas 10 Melbourne Tower. Lead.
Flaps are up.
Qantas 10 established runway 34 unknown approach.
Meantime, climb. Climb. Checklist.
Qantas 10 continue approach. QNH 10025.
Got pressure.
QNH
It's
10025
good.
Qantas 10.
2500 RPM.
Solid. OZx with you. Currently at 19,000 feet.
Best rate 96 knots.
Qantas 6 Melbourne.
And make it
Qantas
107.
10 Melbourne Tower confirmed visual runway 34.
Southern head temperature.
Visual runway 34 Qantas 10.
In the green.
Qantas 10, the winds are 01 and 016 knots.
107. There we
Runway
go.
34, quick lane.
Yeah, I'm at my house.
Runway 34 clear lane Qantas 10.
Yeah. Not a fan of where that oil plant was taking us. Straight up into the stall. Ah, needs to go down. Get better. And they're about 1,000 a minute. My flight sim setup is currently a bit dirty. One day I'll clean it up. It's a bit of a boring video in my opinion, but sure, why not? One of these days. Thousand to go. Just leading out the mixture. There's Peak. Found it. What's that temperature doing? Oh, it's not 0. Awesome. It's like nearly 2 degrees.
Water's 10 vacating for internet. Go for
That water should stay liquid. Cool. Good old Melbourne to Sydney.
Qantas 10, vacate by correction, continue vacate by Echo, right onto Alpha, left onto Tango to Delta 10
Echo right on Alpha, left on Tango to Delta 10. Yeah, no.
Qantas, then you can take either Alpha or Sierra.
Understood, Qantas 10, thank you.
Yeah, just kind of turbulent in the cloud with the rain pattering on the windscreen. Glad about IFR. Glad I've got an auto part that works as well. Just going to close that cowl flap just so we can. Done. So I've got these little red lights that you can move around in the cockpit. That's pretty fun. And this green one as well. Can turn them off. There's also this one in the back. There's a light. There we go. And of course, you've got these things you can use to cover the front windscreen. There you go. Put a pen on. These curtains don't move, unfortunately. That would have been a nice touch, just to be able to undo that thing, but it's tucked away there. So I'm going to get up my VNav calculator. "27 miles. What's the actual height of Mount Hotham? I think it's under M for Mount. There it is. Hi there, Paulie. How you doing? They're at an elevation of 4,200. So 9 minus 4 equals 5. So 5,000 feet above touchdown. Times that by 3 is 15. So I only need to descend at 15 miles out, technically. Asking if I'm getting icing. I'm not yet. We'll see it on the wings. Tower reckons we're going to get it icing, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Forecast into forecast known icing conditions. Yes, we are doing the risky, but our escape plan will be flying to Albury. There's plenty of other airports down here as well. So we've got Mangalore. Yeah, I think Mangalore's our last best spot. After that we've got this one here. What's that? Barranald? Benalla. I think Benalla exists in OZx. Shepparton certainly does. But if we need to hop back to Benalla, that's fine. Mansfield is there as well, outside the mountains. So that's probably our best option. So look at Mansfield, YMFD. I'll keep an eye on those as well. Hi there, Subsonic, how you doing? And Paulie Walnuts. Not even in cloud right now. That's nice. Just need to keep an eye on all of our instruments, particularly manifold pressure, because we're skirting along that icing area. I know it's 1 degree Celsius, but that's just 1 degree away from certain disaster. Difficult will be if we can't get into Mount Hotham. Because if we can't get to Mount Hotham, and there's a good chance we can't, we're going to have to divert somewhere. And my preferred diversion point would be Cooma, but that's over mountains. So I need to really worry about that. This is indeed the VTOL. Let's go outside and have a look at that beautiful aeroplane. That sweet, sweet VTOL. It's just a good aeroplane, isn't it? Just looks good. Bouncing around the turbulence there. Up into another cloud. Yeah, mostly can recover from the cloud, from the cold, sorry. Not quite there, but almost there. 7,800. So I need to stay above 7,800 all the way to Mount Hotham. Yeah, I've had it since Easter, Good Friday. Essentially a couple of days before Good Friday, because I thought, you know, I'm going to set up the computer, and I'm also going to have 4 days off in a row, so I might as well do it then. So yeah, Easter 2019. Just need to keep looking at that front of the wing. Hi there, Rossi QA, how you doing? How's Melbourne Tower going? So far we're going alright. We've got a positive temperature on the thermometer. I suspect a lot of that is due to going quickly through the air and heating up the front of it through air resistance, but so far nothing solid has been appearing on the aeroplane. More to the point, the manifold pressure is steady at 21. Tacho is nice and steady at 25. Cylinders right in the 200 area. Everything else seems to be okay. A2A does model ice as far as I'm told, and I think it does it visually as well over the wings, particularly in that space there. And the spinner and the windscreen, and with a massive drop in manifold pressure when the engine starts getting chocked up. On top of cloud. Subsonic, we are flying the air-to-air VTOL Bonanza in a prepared version 4.5. SR22 dude, nice to see you there. Oz V2's got some differences. One of those differences seems to be that all of the OZx airports are broken because they're at a different altitude compared to the new terrain mesh. Apart from that, there's a few other small differences as well. Certainly Melbourne City looks a lot better. That's a big one. They haven't done much to Sydney, but Melbourne is top-notch, perfect, beautiful. Love it. Just past Docel. Mangalore is the closest. Puckapanya's not too far. Wouldn't go to Loxley Field because there's nothing there. Mangalore's only 1 mile away. And Puckapanya's is an army base. Another quick look at the wing, just to make sure there's no ice forming. Manifold pressure showing 21. Okay, we're going to be flying the RNAV approach into runway 29 at Mount Hotham. Coming out of HOZEC. Let's chuck that in now. So procedures. Arrival, there is none. Approach, that's us. Airport's going to be YHOT. And that's the one, runway 29, RNAV. Transition's going to be HOTEC. And we'll load the approach. Okay, let's brief the approach while we've got it. Oh, we're above the clouds, finally. Look at that. That's properly above the clouds. Nothing above us. No danger of ice up here. Temperature's still good. Anyway, the approach is going to be quite difficult because we don't have any visibility down there as far as I can tell. They've shut off the meta, everyone's gone home, no one's hanging around Mount Hotham today. What we see in the webcam is this. So that's the best visibility that the webcam has. There's the runway. Or the township, I can't tell. There's something light over there. Might be a random car. There's the tree line. And there's the, I can just see that, railing going up to the top of the hill there. So we can expect to see a visibility of less than a mile, but we don't know. It's an exploration. Minimum descent altitude is 4,890. We can do a 3%, that'll be fine. 4,700. So I'll set that in once we're ready to descend into the thing. I'll just write it down, 4,700. So I'm suspecting we'll conduct a missed approach, and if we do a missed approach, we're probably gonna I'm suspecting going on to Kuma. If we can't get to Kuma, we'll go back to Essendon and land there. But we'll see what it's like here at Mount Hotham. The idea is to spend a week in the snow fields, so Kuma would be great. Not Polo Flat, Kuma. There we are. So apparently the meta in Kuma is a lot nicer. Let's just have a look at it again. YCOM meta. There we go. And it's showing auto 320 at 4 knots, 999 overcast at 1,000, 10,000, 11,500. Temperature of 4. So yeah, Kuma's a cinch. We'll go to Kuma. Mount Hotham, we'll give it a try. See what's up there. Since we'll probably be doing a missed approach, we'll need to brief it. So we come down, we enter the IEI at 7,700, down a 3-degree glide path all the way down to the final approach fix at 6,000 feet. All the way down to the MDA, which will be 4,700. Hang around until we pass the runway, and then we climb. On heading of, is that 291 till we pass 5,500. Then we continue out to OZEH on climb to at least 7,700, and I'm going to make it 9,000. So we'll climb all the way up to 9,000 at OZEH, and then at some point around here we'll just take a direct to Snowy and go to Kuma. The approaches in Kuma, we've got all kinds of approaches in Kuma. We've got NDBs and RNAVs. Runway 36 is going to be the duty runway. There's the boring RNAV, there's the interesting NDB, but I'm not sure we have one fixed in the aeroplane. I'll just need to check that. That looks like... No, that's not an NDB, that's a VOR. There's an NDB. Might be able to do an NDB, but, you know, it's hard. We'll see what it's like when I get there. About to start a turn. Yeah, look at that. That is a shot. So that was for Aussie Aircraft 98. If you really want the NDB approach, you'll need to pay for that. Otherwise, it'll be the INAV. So I'm that lazy. Also that much of a shell. Need to get within 10 miles. Got 25 minutes to get there. 74 miles from now. So anyway, instead of briefing the other airport that we're looking at, let's have a look at this one. We need to cross OEI at 7,700. That's 5 miles away from EC. Let's see. It's only 5 miles, so we'll start at EC and we'll start descending down to 77, rate of 9,000. So by the time we hit that 3 degree, we'll be right there. Brody Murdoch, how you doing? We are flying this wonderful beast over to a very sucked in airport that we'll probably need to divert from. Just tapping the top of those clouds. What's the temperature? Still 1 degree.
And tower climb 464, request pushback.
On the 464 Mountain Tower, pushback approved.
Push approved. 464.
Two 903. There we go. ADF is set for Kuma. It's not picking it up because it's nowhere nearby. I get it. They're the walk around points. Funny. That one's not too bad. That one's quite fun to look at. Looks a bit icy. Look at that. Might be right about that ice. It's going to carry a bit more speed into the finals, I think. Melbourne Tower is very quiet. Need a centre online. About half a degree Celsius, but we are above the clouds, so the only ice that we'll be getting is the stuff we're already carrying until we go back through the clouds again, at which point we'll pick a lot up. Hi there, Thomas. How you doing? Yeah, that's looking suspiciously icy. There's something on there. Minutes, 46 miles. At 15 miles, we'll do the direct to HOZec. .178 knots ground speed. It's about 154.
And tower response is 464 on Romeo, request taxi.
Qantas 464. The time is 19 intersection Juliet. The departure runway 34 is available. Distance 2903 metres remaining. Advised.
Yeah, we'll take Juliet, Qantas 464.
Okay, the CTF 126.75.
Left of Alpha to holding point Juliet, runway 34. Report ready.
Taxi via Tango, left on Alpha to holding point Juliet for runway 34. We'll report ready. Qantas 464.
Hotham Multicom. I'm going to try to land at Mount Hotham, Thomas, but I'm not liking my chances with the visibility down there. Basically, they've turned the meta off. But it's quite possible that we'll be looking at something that looks like that. That's the webcam. 10 minutes ago, but still. If that's what Mount Hotham webcam is looking at right now, We're looking at a visibility of maybe a mile. Maybe, depending how high we are. If we do land at Mount Hotham, we're full stopping and we're done. If we can't land at Mount Hotham, I'm thinking we'll go to Cooma. But yeah, only one flight today. Look on Monday tomorrow. Whatever FNO is on next Saturday, and then next Sunday we'll do Mount Hotham to somewhere else. Maybe Cooma. Or if we're already in Cooma, we might go off to Merimbula. I'm thinking. Might even go down to the lakes. Lakes entrance, something like that. So I'm just going to start a approach briefing now, and then we're going to run into the next waypoint. So just be a second. Broken to 1,500. It might work. Anyhow, we're 26 miles out. We're going to be flying the Arnav approach into runway 29. We cross on HOZEC on descent down to 7,700. Crossing OZI at 7,700, and we'll take the Arnav approach in, which requires crossing. Final approach fix at 6,000, and we can descend down to 4,007.
Ready for departure when reaching holding point altitude.
The altitude of the airfield itself is 4,200. Arriving in the airfield, we'll have a runway 29er all the way to the top and do a U-turn and come back.
Runway 34.
Line up runway 34, 454.
Alright, 20 miles out, we'll make that direct to sea. That one there.
Quarter 464, the winds are 360 degrees at 17 knots, runway 34, clear to take off.
Gonna take off 34, calling 464.
Switching over the Unicom. Traffic Mount Hotham, India Lima Tango, Beechcraft Bonanza is 9,000 feet inbound to Mount Hotham, 20 miles. We'll be descending to join the RNAV Zulu approach runway 29er. Estimated time of arrival is time 36. India Lima Tango. Barely any clouds. I'm liking this. That's nice. Vertical calc on the GTN. I haven't. Utilities? Yeah, there we are. Yeah, that's about right. Cool. Go with 500 FPM for Hostech. There's the top of the descent. Look at that. Thanks for that SR22, dude. That was a good idea. I wish some of these were doable. Play some music. Oh, hilarious. Not bad. Cool, I've got an aircraft in front of me with the runway in sight. Sounds like we might be going to Mount Hotham today. It's going to acclimatise the passengers to some cold. Hi there, Flight Sim Australia. We are flying the air-to-air Beechcraft Bonanza VTOL. This beautiful, lovely beast of a plane. Accu-sim air-to-air Beechcraft Bonanza V35 Bravo. Nav reckons we should be descending now, so we'll start the descent. 500 a minute. Someone's asking what's wrong with my mountains. I don't know. Nothing's wrong with my mountains. Orbx V2. Mountains in Australia are pretty flat. There happens to be some snow on them. Descended too quick. Yeah, the white is definitely snow. We are going into Mount Hotham, which is the Australian ski fields. Here we go. Yes, I've been communicating with Daryl. Daryl's clear of the runway now. Traffic Mount Hotham, India Lima Tango is on the RNAV runway 29 approach at 7,700 feet. Estimated time of arrival, time 40. Going to go and head that over to the runway heading, which is 29, roughly there, and we're going to hit the approach button. Approach is selected. Yeah, time 37 now. Traffic Mount Hotham, Beechcraft Bonanza, India Lima Tango, turning final runway 29 on the RNAV Zulu approach. That's India Lima Tango, Beechcraft Bonanza. Bringing that power back. Runway is in sight. Speed's coming back. Landing gear. B, brakes are released. U, undercarriage is down. M, mixture coming up. That's still slightly lean. And that's flaps, seats and harnesses. Seats and harnesses are secure. Flaps going. There's flap 10. For a speed of 75. We can touch down at 70. Hope not, Joshua, because when we get our new voice codec, everyone should be doing CTAF calls inbound and outbound of airports on the correct frequency. Such as here at Mount Hotham, Multicom 126.75. There's 100 knots. Lost the approach, but that's fine. My airplane. Oh, she's hunting. She's hunting bad. There we go. Settle it down. Back in trim. When's the CTAF incoming? Who knows? When it's ready, when it's done. Hope soon. Across the pond doesn't matter. The CTAF thing, we just need it for this kind of flying into uncontrolled airports. That's what it's useful for. Across the pond is controlled airports. Yeah, I'm typing what I'm saying as well. I'm just saying it for your benefit and my own benefit. But I've been typing as well. I don't type as much. Obviously you can't type now because I've got two hands with throttle and stick. Yeah, found it. She bites a bit. This aeroplane. Need to find that trim spot. Still a touch high. I'm going to drop on another stage of flaps. Yeah, that's about 20. That's more like 20. Pumps are off. Prop is full forward. And we'll go full flap. Stable and configured. Just can't get this nose steady. What's up with that? Another failed airport at Orbx version 2. Anyway. This airplane's biting me all the time. It's annoying. Yeah. Floating halfway to the moon. Yeah. Traffic Mount Hotham, India Lima Tango, backtracking runway 11. Don't have any good private jets. That's why I don't fly them. You ever need to find out what a good one is. Preferably something I can put that into. Phenom 300 with GTN? Yeah, I can do that. Falcon 50. Yeah, that sounds good. Where's this exit? There it is, I think. Yeah. VH-ILT Australia, have a nice one. Catch up. Okay, we'll clear our tail from the 737 back there. Parking brake is set. Just to check or something. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, everything's good. Lights coming out. Let's jump out. Cool. Well, welcome to the Snowies. Just a quick walk around the aeroplane. We'll need to tie it down, all that kind of stuff. Let's jump in and do that now. So just like the walk around. There's someone waving at us from over there. Hello. Chocks are in. Pilot cover is on. Well, there we are. Mount Hotham on board the Beechcraft Bonanza VTOL. India Lima Tango. First flight of first leg of this flight that I'm intending to do all around Australia. Not sure we'll head off next to maybe Cooma, which is the other end of the Snowy Mountains. Possibly all the way up to the Lakes Entrance. Actually, I think we'll do that. We're at Lakes Entrance next. So join us next week to head off to Lakes Entrance, which is in Victoria's southeast on the coast. I think it's called Great Lakes Airfield down there. Yeah, after that we might head up to Cooma, Canberra, Maria, then up the coast to Wollongong. But that's many weeks in the future. One thing I would like to point out is that while we are here, have a look into this. That is a mirror. With the landing gear down, you can see that. You can see the scenery behind us. So I might have shown you that before while flying. With the landing gear up and with nothing but clouds below us, that is literally a mirror. It's not a texture. It just essentially shows what's happening behind that spot. Anyhow, let's get the pilot out of there. And with that, we shut the aeroplane up. And we shall call that a night. I'll see you guys next week for another installment of Around Australia tour on the A2A. Might be this aeroplane, might be the 172, might be the Piper Cherokee, or it might even be that Vertex Simulations Diamond DA62. To be honest, it'll be this aeroplane down to Lakes Entrance, and we'll pick up another one down there. Never mind, I've been Musical Aviator. I hope you've enjoyed the flight with the Air-to-Air Beechcraft Bonanza. Catch you guys next time.